All right, folks, welcome to another episode of 25 to 1, where I chronicle the journey of taking my $25,000 a year business to 1 million. Let's go ahead and do a recap. Today is December 1st, so I think at the end of every month, beginning of the next month, I'll go ahead and reflect on how we did in that previous month. So the last recap we did, we saw October numbers at 8,000, I believe. I thought we were going to be at 10,000 by the end of November, but as you can see, we got to 11,300, almost 11,400. So that's pretty good. It obviously beats what I was expecting, what I was anticipating by a little bit. And one of the things I keep mentioning is, of course, I made a lot of changes to the website and I started doing a lot of analytics. I also made some minor tweaks to the product page and the checkout process. While that did have an impact, I'm also pretty sure that it's not exactly the thing that's driving all the sales, it being fourth quarter. I did want to take a look at some of these numbers and dive into the drastic increases. As you can see, I have this set to compare for last year, and we have almost 3 times as much sales as last year. So, at the very least, I can say that when I bought the company, when I decided to scale it, doing 3 times more than we did last year is pretty significant and pretty indicative of at least doing some of the right things. All of the conversions breakdown numbers are good, but my conversion rate itself is still below 1. I want to get that to above 2%. So there's a question in there that all the analytics that I've done have not been able to answer. And the tweaks that I've been making to my product pages have not successfully brought this number up to over 1 on a consistent basis. On a week to week basis, sometimes it does go over 1. Now, all that glitters is not gold. So, along with the great numbers that I'm seeing for November, there's also cause for concern, and that comes in the form of the analytics that I've installed as well for page visits on Google Analytics. Right here in October, I had a good number of active users for that day, 522. But I don't know what happened. I made a tweak around here. So at 365, I made a tweak to start promoting our Black Friday sales. And so I modified my ads campaign, I modified the creative and the ads plus strategy. And whatever I did, I believe affected our sales. It affected our conversions. It affected our click through rate. I have to dig into what happened there, but as you can see, I was not. I did turn off the new ad campaign, and this was about 1 full day's loss of ads running because it does take a while for the ads to get approved. Then they're in the prep phase, then they launch, and then they're relearning everything. So this was a pretty unfortunate impact, and I have not been able to recover despite having turned off the new creative and going back to the old campaign. So not super sure what happened, but the numbers did try to go up a little bit. Cyber Monday is tomorrow, and one of the things that I'm wondering is if a lot of people have been spending Black Friday and the weekend shopping in traditional brick and mortar stores as opposed to doing things online. So I'm not really sure. Cyber Monday may be the indicator of that being the case. At the moment, I do have some sales. That I have more sales today than I did yesterday for right now, and the day is still not over. It's 5:30 right now. Maybe that is where we'll see the biggest spike. I mean, they call it Cyber Monday for a reason. But regardless, it's worth me digging into and worth me understanding on a deeper level. And the root cause is worth really understanding as well. I was pretty stressed out about the fact that I switched the ad creative. It took a long time for the creative to start running. And after that, the impressions of the ads grinded down to a halt, essentially. I was getting a couple of impressions per hour. So I tried to do some modifications to the ad campaigns, and these modifications take hours at least to begin to see results in terms of things like click-through rate and impressions. Impressions, I think, is the number one thing I was looking at because it tells you how many times your ad is getting put in front of someone. So everything else is secondary to impressions. So click-through rate, conversions, all that. What you need first and foremost is people seeing your ads. So that tells me that I have a bit to figure out about launching new campaigns alongside others and going back to the drawing board on my strategy around Facebook ads. Right now, they are launching, they're getting the rate of impressions that I'm used to. However, as you can see, those impressions are not necessarily resulting in conversions and active user counts. So the number here, 16 active users, that is 3 times more than I've seen all since Black Friday, since 3 days ago. So that's pretty good, and that's a pretty hopeful number. We'll see what it turns into in terms of conversions. This week, we're getting 2 new products that I'm pretty excited about, but I have to plan my longer term product launch strategy since this is going to be the first time we're launching an actual new product. I'll be looking into some better training around Facebook campaigns, and I'll start experimenting, trying to minimize the impact to my current campaigns. Sooner or later, I've got to do it, so I may as well start now. And then I'm also excited. I started working with baseball leather and trying out some new ideas. So I'll be actually working with my hands this week as well. And by the end of the week, I may have a prototype of a new product that will go into my product launch strategy that I will share with you guys. I also think that I may start sharing videos of me working with the leather alongside the business aspects of my progress. Anyway, I do want to give myself one more pat on the back. Coming again from $2,500 a month essentially in revenue to 11.4. I'm pretty happy with that. Of course, there's some trepidation with what the new year will bring and how quickly those numbers are going to come down. And I do have some ideas to mitigate that. So in the next week, I'll also be formalizing what I believe a good product launch strategy is going to look like after doing some research. And I'll share that with you guys as well. But that's going to do it for now. Thank you guys for joining, and I will catch you next time.